Hello Northbridge families and welcome to STMath. Today's tutorial will go over how to log in and how to use and navigate the screens within STMath and how to help your child on that math process. I'm Lori Hippert. I'm the technology teacher and instructional technology specialist for Balmer. So what is STMath? It's a visual instructional program that helps build deep conceptual understanding of math through rigorous learning and creative problem solving to engage, motivate, and challenge K-6 students towards higher achievement. Let's start with how to log in. So your child will log in through our Clever portal. Either on a computer, they'll go to clever.com /n/Northbridge, or you'll use an app on a device, a tablet or phone. And remember, they'll be signing in with Google. Once they log on to Clever, in their main dashboard or in the district dashboard, they'll see the icon for STMath. It'll have Gigi the penguin, so just look for Gigi and click there. That should automatically log your child into their account. So let's talk about navigating and playing with STMath. So with STMath, our goal is always to get Gigi from the left side of the screen to the right. And we have to make sure that Gigi's path is not blocked. So let's start off with, each week you're going to want your child to complete approximately 90 minutes of STMath as a total for the week. And that's easy to keep track of. In the top right-hand corner, next to this little clock, that shows the minutes for the week. And next to the puzzle is how many puzzles your child has completed. That is reset every Sunday night to help you keep track of the week and the minutes your child has been using it. Next, if we wanted to look at the settings, they're located to the right of your child's name using the down arrow. You can also see your child's progress there as well. At the top right-hand corner, when your child is actually in the puzzle, there'll be a bar. Underneath the bar, the dots indicate the number of tries that the child has, or attempts the child has made on that puzzle. If you click on the arrow to the top right-hand corner within the puzzle, you can see the details about that game. The attempts, what percentage is complete within that puzzle. So the overall concept. So each section has an objective. Within the objective, there are games. Within the games, there are levels, and within levels, there is a series of puzzles. So it's a multi-layered system to build upon and help practice a skill. So looking at the screen, how does this look? Your objective will be the cone. The games will be these pillars, and you'll see a little icon, picture icon to indicate each new game. These blocks will indicate the level, and an orange block indicates the level that Gigi is on. Importantly, how do you leave once you're finished completing your puzzles? You can use the back arrow at the top left-hand corner to get to your main screen. From there, you're going to use that down arrow, and clicking on the My Information, you'll be able to sign out. So that's the general navigation of the puzzle. And I haven't told you how to play for a specific reason. That's part of the critical thinking skills within STMath. It goes beyond just the math, but it goes into the problem-solving aspect. So, without directions, how do you know what to do? Again, critical thinking. This isn't about handing the problem over to the students. It's about letting them solve the problem. What if they get it wrong? Not a problem. Try again. Try something different. It's all part of that critical thinking process. So what is the process, and how do you prompt your child to get through that process? First, have them notice what's on the screen. Have them talk that out with you. What do you notice? What can you click on? And if you click in this blue space, it'll give you a hint. So if they're really stuck, remind them, click in the blue to help understand what you can click on the screen or what they may want you to click with on the screen. The next is have them make a prediction. What do you think the game is asking you to do? What do you think will happen when you do click on it? After that, have them analyze it, complete their prediction, and see what happens. Was your prediction correct? What did the animation show? And if the animation went quickly, you can replay it using the play button up here at the top. And last, connect what you learned. If you got the puzzle correct and Gigi went from the left side of the screen to the right, then have them think about, what did I do? What worked? And if it didn't, if Gigi got blocked by something, say, well, what did happen with my prediction? Were there too many blocks? Were there not enough blocks and something sunk in? And then start that process all over again. Notice, predict, analyze, and connect. So that is the whole process of getting our children to think critically about solving problems versus just giving an answer. And remember, your child plays a lot of video games, or most do, and part of that is solving that game on their own. So let them work with their STMath and help build those critical thinking skills to solve some of Gigi's problems. Thank you so much for tuning in with Mrs. Hippert and Gigi. I hope you enjoy playing your STMath games, and remember, if you ever have any problems or questions, feel free to contact me at lhippert@nps.org. Bye!